No, he's refused. I got my name down the door.
Oh, okay.
I had to go and rescue my bed, she fell off. It's on Facebook too.
E nui mai roro ma nau mai haere mai nau mai hoki mai me ki rā. Ki tēnei pāpā hotanga a whakata Māori atu I konei kirikiri roa. Mātua rā ko ngā mihi ki ngā mana whenua o te wāhi kāinga nei. Arā kia ngā timahana, kia ngā timahanga, kia ngā tita mai nupo, kia ngā ti wairere, kia ngā ti koro ki kahukura, o tira kia ngā ti haua. Me ki rā, anei te iti, kua whakaeke mai nei ki runga i a koe, o tira ki runga i a koe tau. Me ki rā, Māori tū, Māori ora kia koutou katoa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this live broadcast brought to you by Māori Plus. And this fourth and fifth place game between Hawke's Bay, Te Mataua Māui, and Wellington, Hōneke. Tēnā ka ruki tō tika, a ki ngā rārangi o ngā kapa nei. And the defensive lineup here for Pōneke, on the hill, Bronson, Kelleher. Behind the dish, Cameron Wills. First base, Lachlan Walker. Second base, Benson, Garrett, Watson. Third base, Devontae Evans. Left field, Brandon McRoy. Centre field, Isildur Heatley. And wrapping up the defensive end here for Pōneke, Wellington, Matthew. At right field, Matthew Fernie. And the hitting lineup, more Te Mataua Māui. Leading off, Kobe Austin, Jay Jackson, Te Whetū Thomas, Wiremu, Beamsley Allen, Dean Nzercha, JG, Van Arie, Carly Tremaine, Cyrus Symes. And wrapping up the batting lineup here for Te Mataua Māui, Hawke's Bay, we have Marshall Wilson. And we also have the second baseman, Riley Heath. O tai hoa ke te whanaka hoki mai rā tātou ki te huri pāo haumua, tuatahi, ka koke ake, ka whakarewa ai, tēnei tukinga, ki Wainganui, ia, te Mataua Māui, Hawke's Bay, me Pōneke. Then go fight whānau, we'll be right back for the first pitch in this clash between fourth and fifth place game between Hawke's Bay and Wellington. Anei mai hoki mai ki tēnei pāpā hotanga. Whakaata Māori atu I konei kirikiri roa. Ki tēnei tukinga ki Wainganui ia. Te Mataua Māui me Pōneke. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As we tune in live here for the first pitch. On the top of the first inning, Te Huri Pāo Haumua Tuatahi in this clash between Hawke's Bay, Te Mataua Māui and Pōneke, Wellington. And on the mound here for Pōneke, we have Bronson Kelleher. Ara, ko whai poi he. So we can see the kei te heke te maranga I te whānau. So, kei te heke te maranga. Rain's coming down here in Kirikiriroa. So, with a little bit of stick. Um, the pitchers here in this 4th and 5th place game, hoping to get a good grip on the ball in order to find their rhythm and find their zone. Whea no, Anaya Kalaha, Anaya Austin, Ara ko whai ara hau mariwa Austin, ki te papatua tahi. There we see lead-off hitter for Hawke's Bay, Kobe Austin, draw a walk and advance to first base safely, and that brings up to the plate. Number 44, shortstop for Hawke's Bay, J. Jackson. In other news, the major semi on Diamond 1, just across the field there. Canterbury, we have Canterbury, Waitaha, taking on Manuko, Counties Manuko. And in the 3rd inning, 4th inning, Canterbury have jumped out to an early lead, 6 runs to 0. The winner of that game will punch their ticket to the final and go up against Hewa Kairangi at 11 o'clock here at Resthill's Park, Kirikiriroa, Hamilton. Wea no, ara, I ki te atura tātou, ko whai poi he anō. Anaya Kalaha, Anaya Johnson. There we see a shot straight back to the pitcher. He manages to get the lead runner. And the throw there from the shortstop for poor Nicky. And able to make a good throw over there to the first baseman, and first baseman also equally not able to pick that one for the double play. Where the ball, main objective there is first baseman is just to block the ball and to not allow for that, as this diamond's enclosed, but as the fences are only temporary fences, the ball can still get away and still get into dead ball, foul ball territory. And there we see Jay Johnson pick up an extra pace on the over 3. There we see a nice bunt there by Te Whetu Thomas as he gets up the line. And that brings up to the plate number 62, Widemu, Beamsley, Allen. And here we go. Jay Johnson coming in. And that there scores the first run here for Hawke's Bay. Te mataiwa Māori. And here we are. Ki te huripau haumua tuatai. Ko tahi te putanga. Ko tahi anoho ki te piro. And here we are at the top of the first inning. Hawke's Bay, 1 out. Runner on 2. And 1 run. Beamsley Allen so far this tournament after 3 days of mahi, with 2 huge home runs and a whopping 11 RBIs at the whānau. Anei te epa. Ko whai hara. Beamsley Allen also registering on the pitching stats. With 20 innings pitched. And there you see, they won't get away from the catcher. As Thomas advances from 2nd to 3rd. Ara kua whai ara hau maru ia ki te papatua toru. Te Whetu Thomas. Sorry, as I was mentioning at the whānau, Beamsley Allen also registering on the pitching stats with 20 innings pitched, 5 earned runs and an ERA of 1.75. And also again registering on the betting stats with 2 massive home runs and a whopping 11 RBI. So e kaha mahi ana tēnei taitama I tēnei whakataitai a mochi. Beamsley Allen's been busy over the last 3 days. Willing this Hawke's Bay team, along with his teammates, into a chance to end up top 4 here at the Under-17 Boys Softball Nationals. And there we see Zercha. Dean Zercha up to the plate, number 79 for Hawke's Bay. Te Mataua Maui. Waike mai ki te paipatu for Dean Zercha. Bueno, anai ke alaha. Ka re whai hua. Anei te epa. And there we see another bunt play by Zercha as he gets in there safe at 1, and that loads the bags. Good softball there by Hawke's Bay, just putting the ball in play. And that brings up more te Mataiwa Maui, Hawke's Bay, number 56, J.G. Van Aarde. Anei te epa, ake alaha. Nice job there by the catcher for Pōneke to block that one up. And they have Van Aarde. Van Aarde looking to break this game wide open here. Score a couple more for Hawke's Bay. Punch one through the infield. There we see a healthy hit through the zone. Nice pitch there by Kalaha. Pai hoki o te epa o te... Pai hoki a te epa o Kalaha. Ka rea te mo hioki I ngā tatauranga I te whana. And there we see. Kāre I whai hua. Re rea tuki tua o te rārangi. Anei te epa. There we see a shot to the center right field fence, and that's going to clear the bases at the whānau. As we see a nice shot there by Van Aarde. The tackle on another 3, mo tēnei kapa, o te Mataua Maui. Beautiful piece of hitting there by J.G. Van Aarde. And that takes this score to 4 runs to 0 in the top of the first inning. Te huripau, haumua, tuatahe, kikone. Te whira, paimana, tuarua. And there we see a pass ball. Van Aarde coming home. Getting in there safely. Raka ki te atu rā tātou, koi a rā te piro tuarima mo tēnei kapa o te Mataua Maui. A tēnā tātou, nau mai oki mai ki tēnei pāpā hotanga atu. A ki konei, a ki ngā whakataitai a motu mo ngā taitama. Ki raro iho i te tikai mā whiti utau. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this. If you just managed to join us, welcome back to this live broadcast brought to you by MāORI Plus. In this clash, the fourth and fifth game here at the National Under-17 Boys Softball Championships here in Resthill Park in Hamilton, Kirikiri Doa. Here we have Hawke's Bay taking on Wellington, Pōneke. Hawke's Bay managing to jump out to an early 5-0 lead here. And up to the plate we have number 65, the right fielder, Te Takiraha Mātau, o te kapa o te Mataua Māui, ko wai atu, ko Carly Tremaine. And on the hill, te kaiepa o te kapa nei o Pōneke, Bronson Kelleher. Kelleher just looking to try and get out here. As we see Tremaine record a walk and advance to first base. Rākua ko whaiara haumaru. A Tremaine ki te papatuatahi. Ara, ka kite atu rā tātou. I te tinihanga o te kaiepa o Pōneke. And here we see it whānau pitching change here for Wellington. We can see here Elijah Markia coming into the game. And Bronson Kelleher in replacement of Bronson Kelleher. Koe anō rā, ka hoki mai rā tātou ki tēnei chikinga. And here we have up to the plate, number 59, the DP for Te Mataua Māui, Hawke's Bay, Cyrus Symes. Anea Mākea. Kua whai poi tika. Nice rise ball to get Cyrus Symes chasing. Koe anō rā. Anei te patua rua, a Mākea. Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate there. Recording a second strike here. Mākea looking to record his first strikeout here. Getting into his mahi really quick. Going straight at the Hawke's Bay hitter here. Symes. Well, no, Symes trying to keep this inning alive here for Te Mataua Māui. And there we see him punch one down the line. Kāore. I rere atu ki tū o te rārangi rā. Rā kua whai hara. Hara, kua rua ngā poitika. 2 strikes. Here we see Mākea lean back. Here's the delivery. Beautiful pitch there on the outside part of the plate. To get Symes swinging and record his first strikeout here in this 4th and 5th place game between Te Mataua Māui, me Pōneke. And up to the plate we have number 64, Marshall Wilson, first baseman. Amea Mākea. And that one gets away from the catcher. There we see Tremaine scattering up to second base. Anei te epa. Swing and a miss. We'll soon be looking to punch something through to the fight tour here. Score another run here. Took another one on Fute Matau a Maui Hawke's Bay. Me nā koe toi ko tohi anō kua katahi anō kua hono mai te tēnei pāpāhotanga. If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, here we see at the top of the first inning, Hawke's Bay jumping out to a commanding early 5-0 lead. Kua ruku wawe a te matau wa mawiki o kia rātau mahi. Rā kua whai kia rima ngā piro. There we see the Wellington catcher there, the Pōneke catcher. Wanted that one, but the umpire's got that up in the zone for a ball. Why not? Marquez looking to register his second strikeout of the game. And to retire the side here for Wellington, Pōneke. As we see, hit a punch run to the first baseman, taken cleanly to retire the side. Rā, ka whakakapi tērā i te huripa o haumua tuatahi o te kemi nei ki Wainganui i a Pōneke me te mataua Māui. Whana will be right back for te huripa o haumuri tuatahi o te kemi nei, the bottom of the first inning. Tēnā ka peka atu tātou ki te rarangi ingoa. No te tīmai a Raiana, tēnei tīma o te mataua Māui, ko hora nei I te whira I te taimana nei. And here we have the defensive lineup for Hawke's Bay. On the mound, the big guy, Te Whetu Thomas, behind the dish. The ever reliable Kobe Austin. First base, Marshall Wilson. Second base, Riley Heath. Third base, Deanan Zurcher. Shortstop, Jay Jackson. Left field, J.G. Van Aarde. Centre field, Woodamu, Beamsley Allen. And capping off the defensive lineup here for Te Mataua Maui Hawke's Bay, Carly, Tremaine in right field. And the hitting lineup here for Pōneke, Wellington, we have Kiharoa, Landon Lane, Benson, Garrett Watson, Cameron Wills, Bronson Callagher, Isildur Heatley, Brandon McRoy, Lachlan Walker, Devontae Evans. And the tail of the order here for Pōneke, Matthew Fernie. A tēnā tātai. Nei Landon Lane. Koe ke mai ki te pai patu. And here we see Landon Lane up to the plate. Lead-off hitter for Pōneke as they try to pull this one back here in the bottom of the first inning. And an update in the major semi. In the semi-final between Canterbury and Counties Manukau. Counties Manukau just registering their first run. So that takes it to a 6-1 ball game in favour of Canterbury at the bottom of the fifth. Winner to go through to the final and punch their ticket to go up against Te Awa Kairangi, the reigning champions, looking to go back-to-back here at the Under-17 Boys National Softball Championships. Hoi anō rā, ka hoki mai rā ki tēnei tukinga ki Wainganui. And there we see a punch out to centre field. Not able to be fielded cleanly. And then we see Landon Lane scatter around to 2 on the bubble there in centre field. Then we see Pōneke with a lead-off double by Kiharoa, Landon Lane, who after 3 days of mahi has picked up a whopping 11 RBIs at whānau. That brings up to the plate the number 3 for Pōneke, Benson, Garrett, Watson. And in the under-17 girls, we have the semi-finals this morning. On Diamond 2 in Palmerston North, Manawatu, we have Hutt Valley taking on Wellington. And we have my hometown, Manawatu, taking on Canterbury. All brought to you live at Te Whānau by MāORI Plus. So again, me mihi ka tika ki a MāORI Plus. Huge mihi to MāORI Plus for bringing us this live broadcast. Ka mau te we. Ka manawa nui mai. Ka whakapaipai, ka whakatika tātou. Mātou i te kāmera. There we see a ball. Punched out. Foul ball. Ko whai hara. As we can see at whānau, this rain still coming down. Really, really difficult for these taitama to get a hold of the ball and able to throw with huge velocity. And if they are managing to build velocity, and able to get a good grip of the ball. Koe anōra, ka kite atu rā tātou on the pass ball there by the catcher on a throw down to 1. This baseman just not finding the base clean enough, and the runner able to beat it out. As he had his foot on the wrong base. And that brings home a run for Pōneke. It takes our scoreline to 5-1 in favour of Te Mataiwa Māori, Hawke's Bay. Ara, kua whaipoi he. And up to the plate for Pōneke. Number 21, the catcher, Cameron Wills. Raka ki te atu rā tātou ngā tātainanga tukai wā. 3 balls. Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate by Thomas. Defetu Thomas, a big-time hero yesterday in the 9-inning thriller for Hawke's Bay as they punched their ticket to the 4th and 5th place game here this morning. Going the whole 9 innings, only giving up 2 runs. 3 runs, sorry, at Te Whānau. 3 runs. And only giving up 6 hits in 9 innings. So, kia koe e tama. E mihi ana. There we see a swing and a miss, and that records the first strike here for Te Whetu Thomas. Rāko ia hoki, te putanga tuatahi ki tēnei huripao. The huripao haumuri tuatahi o te kemi nei. There we have the first out recorded in the bottom of the first inning here. Koe ke mai nei, ko te kaiepa o te kapa o Pōneke, and up to the plate. The big guy in the middle, doing the pitching here for Pōneke, number 27, Elijah Markau. Ara, ko whaipoi here. Nice side there by Markau. Anei te epa. And there we see a piece to centre field. Wiremu Beamsley Allen makes a great catch on that one. And with no tag by the runner for Pōneke, he doesn't advance, and that takes us to 2 down. fair to say Markel was just off that one. Unable to get it over the centre field fence. And that brings up to the plate number 4, the centre fielder, Isildur Heatley. Hara, ko whai hara. Anei te epa. Beautiful pitch there over the heart of the plate from Thomas. Ka rau e tama. Me te pai hoki o tērā epa. Anei a Thomas. And there we see one. And Zercher makes a play to record the third out of the bottom of the first. But not before Pornick and Wellington get one back. And here we are at the end of the first. Hawke's Bay up 5-1 over Wellington, Pornick. Hoki mai rā tātou ki te tope o te hau, te huripao, tuarua. And here we'll be back, the top of the second inning at the whānau. Oh, no mai hoki mai rā tātou e te whānau. Ki tēnei tukinga, ki Wainganui, ia, te whataua Māui, me Pōneke. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this broadcast brought to you by MāORI Plus. And this fourth and fifth clash between Hawke's Bay and Wellington. And there we see it after one inning, Hawke's Bay leading this one, 5 runs to 1. And up to the plate we have number 61, the catcher for Hawke's Bay, Te Mataua Māui, Kobe Austin. There we see Austin punch one out to left field. And the left fielder for Pornick all over that one to record the first out here on the top of the second inning. Couple of updates. We have Canterbury taking on Counties Manuka in the semi-final. The winner punches their ticket to the final to take on Te Awa Kairangi, Hub Valley and Canterbury leading that one in the top of the sixth. 6-1 over Counties Manuka. Haraka ki te atura o tēnei tama koe ke mai nei ki te pai patu. And we see number 44 up to the plate for Hawke's Bay. The shortstop, Jay Johnston. And we have on the mound here for Pornick, the big man, Te Piki Wharane, Elijah Marker. Ara kua whai poitika. Beautiful pitch over the heart of the plate there. Anei Elijah. Whakarite anei ai anō. Ara kua whai poitika. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball. Koyanora. Anaya J. Johnson. Anaya Market. That one just getting away there. It takes us to, I believe, a full count. Ko kira wa te kete. Ko toru ngā poi he. Ko rua ngā poi tika. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Markia won't be wanting to give free bases away here. Look to see him go straight at him. Nice pitch. Equally nice hitting there from Jay Johnson to fight that one off. Nice drop on the outside part of the plate. Full mark out. Mark, as you can probably see on the live stream, whānau, on the live broadcast, it builds quite a lot of velocity here. Yeah, the full change of pace there by Mark out to record the second out here. Me tana huripao. Ki tēnei huripao. The huripao haumuri tuarua. And there we see Elijah Marquez recorded second strikeout here in the top of the second inning and up to the plate. Here we got a semi-pitcher's duel, number 66. The pitcher, Te Kaiepao, Te Kapo, Te Mataua Māori for Hawke's Bay, Te Whetu, Thomas. There we see ball one taken. Anaya Marquez, Anaya Thomas. Nice pitch there on the inside part of the plate. And here we are. Battle between Thomas and Marquez. Marquez looking here for his third strikeout of the game. Getting to work early here. Beautiful pitch. Nice change of pace again. Marquez seems to have that change up on a string at whānau. Wonder who taught him that one. Was it brother? Was it Riley? Was it dad? Thomas. Yeah, maraua e tohe e tērā I tērā tuahuatanga. And there we see this one in play. Outtake him from the first baseman to retire the side. In the top of the second inning. At the whānau will be right back for the bottom of the second inning here between Hawke's Bay. This clash between Hawke's Bay and Wellington. Go with Haere Tawhiti. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. Anau mai hoki mai rā e te whānau ki tēnei chikinga ki Wainganui te Mataua Māori Hawke's Bay me Pōneke. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this clash between Hawke's Bay and Wellington. As we can see, we'll come into the bottom of the second inning. Hawke's Bay edging this one. 5 runs, jumping out, to a commanding lead. 5 runs to 1 over Wellington. Wellington looking to reply here in the bottom of the second inning. And up to the plate, we have number 26 for Pōneke, Brandon McRoy, left fielder. Swing and a miss, foul ball. And there we see a shot to the 5-6 hole. Jay Johnson unable to make the throw in time. Beautiful play there, though, by Jay Johnson. Nice piece of hitting there by Brandon McRoy to get up the line also. And that brings up to the plate number 22, the first baseman, Lachlan Walker. Double, Kowhaihara. Hara, Kowhai Poitika. 2 strikes is the count. And there we see a beautiful pitch there by Thomas on the inside part of the plate to record a second strikeout of the game. And the first strikeout here, te putanga tuatahi, ki tēnei huripao te huripao haumuri, tuarua o tēnei chukinga, ki wainganui ia, te mapaua māwi, me pōneke. There we see a throw down. Kāre whaihua. Up to the plate. Here we have number 11 for pōneke. Devontae Evans, the third baseman. Nice pitch right over the heart of the plate. Hui ai pātuki ki te manawa o ita. Nice job there by Austin to scoop that one up. Not allowing the runner for Pōneke. To advance. Raka ki te atu ngā tatauranga te kaua wao nei. Ko ta hite poi he, rua ngā poi tika. Anei te epa. Kāore. Ko whai poi he. Ara, kua taurite ngā tatauranga ina nei. We have a 2 balls, 2 strike count here. Kua rua ngā poi he, kua rua no hoki ngā poi tika. There we see a shot to right field. Nice piece of hitting there by the number 11 for Pōneke as he tries to throw him out at 3. Hoi no aiwareake. As the runners here for Pōneke advancing the bases 3 and 2 respectively. And that brings up the tail of the order, te whiore o te kapa, te whiore o te kapa nei o te rārangi pachi. O tēnei kapa o Pōneke ko Matthew Fernie, and that brings up to the plate. The tail of the order, number 14, the right fielder for Pōneke, Matthew Fernie. Great pitch over the heart of the plate there. Mo taku e te whanau. Nei mai hoki mai ki tēnei pāhotanga. Ki tēnei chukinga, ki wainganui te mataua Māori, me Pōneke. Welcome back to this 4th and 5th place game clash between Hawke's Bay, Wellington. And here we are on the hill, Te Whetū Thomas for Hawke's Bay, and at the plate. Number 14, the right fielder for Pōneke, Matthew Fernie. Fernie looking to claw 2 runners back here. Ara, ka ki te atira tātai, ko whai ara haumaru a Fernie, ki te papa tuatahi. There we see Fernie successfully draw a walk, and that brings up the top of the shop. For Porneke, Kiharoa, Landon Lane. Looking to add to his healthy tally of 11 RBIs here, Landon Lane. And there we see, Sport, or no, wanting to run on 3, not getting a good jump, good enough jump to get down the line and score on the pass 4 there. Hoi anō, ko tahi te poi he. And there we see a ground rule double, a shot to the right centre field fence, and that gets over the fence, and that scores 2 here for Porneke. As Landon Lane tacks on another 2 RBIs, and that takes our score line 2. In the bottom of the second, Wellington 3, Hawke's Bay 5. Nice piece of hitting there by Landon Lane. And Justin Netefano, Canterbury, too good for Hawke's for Counties Manuka this morning as they run out winners. After 6, winning that one, 8 runs to 1 as they punch their ticket to the 11 o'clock game. Te whiringa toa, ki wainga nui, ia te awa kairangi, me waitaha. And there they do, there they are, Canterbury punching their ticket to the final. And there, in this final clash, 11 a.m., Diamond 1, Resthill Park, Hamilton e te whānau, the under-17 boys softball championships. They take on Hutt Valley. Hutt Valley looking to go back-to-back this year. Hoi anō. Tau ki mai rā tātou ki tēnei tukinga. And here we are, bottom of the second inning in this clash. 4th and 5th place clash between Hawke's Bay and Porneke Wellington. Te Whetu Thomas on the hill here for te Mataiwa Māori. And at the plate, the 2-hole hitter, Benson, Garrett Watson, number 3. Second baseman, Benson, Garrett Watson. The Whetu Thomas just trying to work for another out here. Two balls, 2 strikes. Kua rua ngā poi he, kua rua no hoki ngā poi tika. Wellington looking to tie this game up here. Ara, kua whai poi he anō. Kua ki rawa te kete I nāne, kua ki a te kete. Full kete e te whānau. Full house. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Anei te epa. Umpire's got that one high. And there we see the runner on third base for Porneke falling asleep. And Kobe Austin making the pick off at 3. Zeta making the tag, and that records the second out here for Hawke's Bay. What a play. Guess that could also serve as a lesson for our for all our young tamatane and taitama wahine out there, for all the young ones coming through. Always keep your eye on the ball if you're on the pads, if you're on the bases. Never sleep on the catcher's arm, as we see Austin pig the runner off, falling asleep for Porneke, and that records the second out here. Coach Boyd won't be happy about that one. Ara, ka kite atu I tētahi poi tika. Nice hefty cut through the zone there by number 21 for Porneke. Koe tēnei, koe tēnei. Cameron Wills, the catcher for Porneke. Cameron Wills at the plate at the whānau. There we see a nice cut again on the inside part of the plate. Equally, nice pitch, nice drop on the inside half of the plate there by Te Whetu Thomas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ko tahi te poi he e rua ngā poi tika. Thomas looking to register his 3rd strikeout here. Wai anō aiware ake. Ko ki anō te kete e te whānau. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And there we see Wills punch one out to right field. And the right fielder there for Te Mataiwa Māori, Hawke's Bay, able to make the catch and record the 3rd out of the game here. 3rd out at the bottom of the second. And they pick off at 3. Tēnā koki mai rā tātou ki te huripao haumua tuatoru te game. We'll be right back for the top of the third inning at Anau mai hoki mai rā ki tēnei chikinga ki Wainganui a te mataua Māui me pōneke. Welcome back to this live broadcast brought to you by MāORI Plus. In this clash, the 4th and 5th place game between Hawke's Bay, te mataua Māui, and Wellington, pōneke. Here we have on the mound, the big guy, Elijah Markia. And at the plate, number 62 for Hawke's Bay, Wiremu Beamsley Allen. And there we see foul ball. Ara, dead ball, ko whai poi he mo. And there we see Beamsley Allen with a shot to right field as he gets in safely for a lead-off single here for Te Mataua Māui. And that brings up to the plate number 79 for Hawke's Bay, the third baseman, Deanan Zurcher. After 3 days of work, Elijah Markia managing to go through 22.1 innings of mahi, giving up 7 earned runs and an ERA of 2.19. Sitting here fifth, behind Wiremu Beamsley Allen here, who was fourth on the pitching stats after 3 days of mahi here at the National Under-17 Boys Softball Championships. As we can see, the umpires coming out with the kaiako of Hawke's Bay, just to double check the pitcher's mound. Seems as though because the mat was too slippery, they've turned it around at the whānau, so using the block still, but seem to have dug a hole where both pitchers, Te Whetū Thomas and Elijah Marke, are landing, where their landing foots are, and starting to get muddy with all the rain coming down. And then, as a consequence, losing their footing, both pitchers, and then obviously that becomes dangerous as these young men throw their drop balls and rise balls at between 100 and 120 kilometres an hour. There we see attempted bunt there by Deanan Zurcher. Hoi anō auare ake, to no avail. He'll be trying to get something in play here. Advance Beamsley Allen to 2. Or if he gets a shot to get around all the way around to 3. Hoi anō, tai hoa ke tātou e ki te ai. I te hua o te rā tuki ngā tata. O tāna chikinga tata. Anei te epa. Nice job there by Wills to frame that on the outside part of the plate for poor Nicky. Raka ki te atu tātou I ngā tatauranga, ko tei te poi he, e rua ngā poi tika, 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Zercha. Markia looking to record his 3rd strikeout of the game. Hanei te epa. Ball down. 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. As we see Markia set his feet, he leans back. Hanei tana epa. There we see Zercha. Punch run to the second baseman. Second baseman getting the lead out. And that's the first out here recorded in the top of the 3rd inning. Te huripao haumua tuatoru. That brings up to the plate. Te toki o te kapa nei o te mataiwa Māori. Number 56. The pitcher for Hawke's Bay. Te Whetu Thomas. Thomas capable of changing the score with one swing of the bat here. Ball low. Takes that one for ball 1. Mena kata hiono koutou kua hono mai ki tēnei pāhotanga. If you've just joined us, we had Canterbury running out victors over Counties Manuka in the semi-final this morning to advance to the final to go up against undefeated so far Hutt Valley. Te awa kairangi at 11 o'clock, Diamond 1 here at Resthills Park in Hamilton. So if you're around at the whānau, bring your umbrellas, call your neighbours, call your whānau, and get down here to watch some quality softball. There we see a change of pace there by Mark there. However, ball high. That takes our count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Kua rua ngā poi he, ko tahi te poi tika. Beautiful pitch, low rise ball on the outside part of the plate there. That takes our count to 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Anei te epa. Beautiful pitch on the outside part of the plate there by Markia to record his 3rd strikeout of the game. Ka mau te wehi e tama. Anei, koe ke mai nei ki te pai patu. The right fielder, Carly Tremaine. Anei a Markia. Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate. Not too sure if that was a curveball or rise ball, maybe a low rise ball that just tailed away there. We are not. I whai hua. Nice pitch again, as you see Tremaine chasing that one out of the zone. It takes it to 2 strikes. 2 strike count. And here we are. Markia looking for his 4th strikeout of the game here. To give Wellington a shot. Runner going. In there safely. There's Dean and Zercha. And here we are. 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down. Top of the 3rd inning. As Markia sets himself, he leans back. Here's the pitch. Beautiful pitch on the outside part of the plate there with a low rise ball. to get Tremaine at the plate and record his fourth strikeout of the game. E te whānau will be right back for the bottom of the third inning. Te huri pāo, haumuri, tua toru o te kēmu nei.
Positional changes, slot 7, 65 out, 36 in. Slot 9, 64 out, 50 in. Positional changes, slot 3 will be 3. Slot 4 will be 1. Slot 6 will be 8. Slot 7 will be 7. Slot 9 will be 1.
Anau mai hoki mai rā tātou. I tēnei tukinga ki Wainganui ia. Hawke's Bay, me Pōneke, Wellington. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this clash between Hawke's Bay and Wellington. Here on Diamond 2, Resthills Park in Hamilton. The 4th and 5th place game. And here we have on the plate, coming into the game for Hawke's Bay, Wiremu, Beamsley, Allen. In place of Te Whetū Thomas. They're not an eighth on the epa, and up to the plate. Number 27 for Pōneke as he shoots one out to left field. Elijah Markea. Nice piece of hitting there by Markea. Not doing too much, just getting his hands inside the ball. Able to allow the barrel of the bat to get through the zone and punch that one out to left field. Karawe tama. Beautiful piece of hitting. It's also equally a nice spot there by Beamsley Allen on the inside part of the plate. Nice drop ball on the inside half of the plate. Whenora, kaike mai nei ki te pai patu. Ko i Siuro Heatley, and there's a nice pitch on the outside part of the plate. Nice drop ball there. Registering the first strike. Strike one. Hawke's Bay looking for something up the middle here. Middle infielders. Beautiful pitch again there. As we see Beamsley Allen just paint the corners. Hence why, with 20 after 3 days of work, 20 innings pitched, only giving up 5 earned runs and an ERA of 1.75 for Tā Wiremu Beamsley Allen. Beautiful pitch again, and there we go. Not once, not twice, but 3 times on the outside part of the corner. Nice down and out pitch there to record his first strikeout of the game. Beamsley Allen, and the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. Te huripau haumuri tuatori o te kēmu nei. And that brings up to the plate number 26 for Pōneke with a hefty cut. Number 26 for Pōneke, ko ai tēnei, ko Brandon McRoy, the left fielder for Pōneke after the plate. Wellington, Brandon McRoy. Amaya Beamsley Allen. As you can see at the whānau, Beamsley Allen got it on a string here. Able to paint that outside corner. It takes us to a 2-strike count. Kua rua ngā poi tika. Beamsley Allen looking for his second strikeout of the game here. And there we see a curveball well off the plate. McRoy not biting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ko tahi te poi he, e rua ngā poi tika. Anea Beamsley Allen. E ngana ana kia whai poi miere anō. And there he goes. He manages to get McRoy to bite and record a second strikeout in the second out here. Ki te huripau haumuri tuatori o te kēmu nei. 2 down. And up to the plate, number 22. The nama rua takaima mo te kapa nei o Pōneke, Lachlan Walker. Here we have to the plate, number 22. The first baseman for Wellington, Lachlan Walker. And then we see that one get away from the pitcher, Austin. As we see Marker scoot up to second base. Just an update here. Semi-final between my hometown, Manawatu, and Canterbury at the Under-17 Girls Championships in Palmerston North. Manawatu at the top of the 4th, leading this one 4-0. Come on, girls. Ara! Wafai Poitika. And there we see Beamsley Allen again, putting on the show on that outside part of the plate. And that takes it to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking for his third strikeout here. Beautiful pitch to get the batter there for Pōneke and record his third strikeout of the game. Taking 1, 2, 3. Anei Ewiremu, te karanga mag. Aue ha! Ka mutu pēa e tama. tēnā rā tātou nau mai hoki mai rā. I tēnei pāpā hotanga atu. A whakaata Māori. Ki gonei ki ngā whakataitai a mochi mo ngā taitama. A mo te poiuka mo ngā taitama ki raro i hoi takauma, i te takauma whitu tau. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this live broadcast brought to you by Māori Plus. Here in the 4th and 5th place game between Hawke's Bay, Te Mataua Māori, and Wellington, Pōneke. Up to the plate here we have the DP, number 59, Cyrus Symes. And on the plate, who hails from really good stocks at the whānau, the big man, Elijah Marker. Recording 4 strikeouts already in this game. He'll be looking at a couple more to his tally here. Marker, anei tepa. Beautiful spot there on the outside part of the plate. Nice drop ball there on the outside part of the plate. 2 strikes. Ko rua ngā poi tika. Ngā hāngai heke hoki me kira. Here we see Marker lean back. Here's his delivery. Ka rawe e Symes. As we see Cyrus Symes fighting that one off. Keeping this at-bat alive. Symes really quick up the line. If you wanted to put something in play and beat it out here. Hawke's Bay are typically really, really good contact hitters. Normally push everything on the bases. Looking to do the same here. Hoi anō rā. Did he bite? Kāore, whakaitia e te kai wawao ki te papatuatahi. Question asked, did he go? The answer, no he did not. Hoi anō. Anei a Marker. Anei a Symes. Anei tā rāua tukinga. Swing and a miss on the outside part of the plate. Kia whai anō I tētahi anō. Poi miere. Elijah Marker. And there we see Elijah Marker record the first out here in the top of the 4th inning. And his 5th strikeout so far of the game. Mutu pea e tama. And that brings up to the plate number 50. O tēnei kapa o Te Mataua Māori, Jacob Davies. Seems to be a hitting change at the whānau. So we have number 64, first baseman Marshall Wilson out. And into hit in his place, number 50, Jacob Davies. We're not Marker hooking up. Add to his tally. A nice low rise ball / curve ball on the outside part of the plate there. Quite tricky those ones at whānau as a right-hand hitter. As that starts on the outside of the plate, so when you're engaging in the pitch, it does look like it's a strike, but by the end of the pitch, when it kills away, it ends up like probably about 500 mil away from your bat. So for us sitting at home watching the live stream, it might seem like, why are you swinging at that one? Let me tell you, it's not that easy. And Marky are doing a great job at living on the outside part of the plate. Both him and the catcher, Wills, are doing a great job to nullify, since the first inning, these Te Mataua Māori hitters, these Hawke's Bay hitters. As I've been through the broadcast throughout the whole weekend, I've mentioned that the calibre of catching we have here at this tournament is second to none. New Zealand softball and the boys and girls are in good stocks for the next, I'm going to say, 10, 15 years with the calibre of catchers coming through. Through everything, the way they communicate with the umpire, the way they're able to calm their pitchers and the rest of their team, and the way they call the game, how they receive the ball, and the attitude towards blocking the ball at the whānau. You've got to want to block the ball, to not let runners advance and runners come home. As we see, another strikeout there by Marker, living on the outside part of the plate. And that's tana poi miere tua ono e te whānau, and that's his 6th strikeout to record the second out here in the top of the 4th inning. Let me see. Another great job by Wills there. Receiving their ball on the outside part of the plate. And as I was saying, it's funny. And funny enough, up to the plate, the number 61 here for Hawke's Bay, the catcher. Te kai hopi o te kapara. Kobe, Austin. Both Austin and Wills do a great job of receiving the ball. Especially on the outside of the plate, they're able to frame it in a way that typically, to the letter of the law, might be a ball, but they're able to work with umpires and shape it on the edge of the plate to make it look like a strike. Able to adjust their glove right at the point of catching the ball to make it look like a strike, look like it's come over the edge of the plate. So mihi ka tika ki ngā kai hopu ki tēnei tōna mana. Big mihi. Huge shout out to all the catchers here at this tournament. A lot of thankless mihi goes on behind the plate by our kai hopu, by our catchers. And all our kai epa seem to get a lot of the glory when it comes to accomplishments. Hoi anō, the catchers it's a lot of work. And like I said, like I mentioned earlier, we've got a great caliber coming through the under 17s, under 15s, and under 19s grades. Hoi anō, kauki mai rā tātou ki tēnei tikinga. I know mai hoki mai te whānau. Here we have Austin v. Markel. Markel's delivery. Nice change of pace there. Austin able to fight that one off. As we can see and hear at the whānau, the rain still coming down here in Hamilton. Kirikiri roa. His taitama doesn't seem to phase it. Another level of intensity. Ka kite atu rā tātou as we see Elijah Markel with a change of pace again to record his 7th strikeout of the game and retire the side here in the top of the 4th inning. And whānau will be back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Hawke's Bay in the field, Wellington up to the plate. Panau mai hoki mai rā ki tēnei pāpāhotanga, ki tēnei tikinga. Ki wainga nui i Pōneke me te mataua Māui. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this clash between Wellington and Hawke's Bay. Here we have on the mound for Hawke's Bay with a lead, with a nice leader in there. Change up over the heart of the plate. Widemu, Beamsley, Allen at the plate. Here we have for poor Nicky. Devontae Evans. Third baseman, Devontae Evans. With a swing and a miss. Strike two. Koe rua ngā poi tika, karekau he poi he. Koe anō, anei te kai e pao te kapa. O te mataua Māori. Swing and a miss as Beamsley Allen goes 4 for 4 since coming into the game with 4 strikeouts and the first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that brings up to the plate number 14, the tail of the order here for Paul Nickett, Wellington, Matthew Fernie. Here's Beamsley Allen. Here's a shot to Zercha. Zercha makes a play there to record the second out. Harawe Mara. Pai te rā Pure. That brings up the top of the shop with a whopping 13 RBIs so far this tournament, whānau. Number 1, the shortstop, Kiharoa, Landon Lane. Foul ball. And there we see a shot to center left as Landon Lane gets into first base with a 2-out single here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Ko whai putanga. Ko whai a te mataiwa Māori ki a rua ngā putanga. I konei ki te huri pāo haumuri tuarima o te kēmu. Tua whā o te kēmu. Here we are, 2 down, run on 1. And as we see, Landon Lane on the move. As he rounds 2. Rano, kaore hoki atu ia. As we see that one get away from Beamsley Allen. We are now up to the plate. We have the second baseman, number 3 for Paul Nicky, Wellington, Benson, Garrett Watson. We are ora. Kauki mai nei ki tēnei tukinga. And there we see Landon Lane on the run. Oh, not able to be taken there by Johnson. That went to hand at the whānau. That would have been, I dare say, the third out of the inning. Hoi anō. Kāre whai hua. And there we see Coach Boyd being aggressive. With the fake bunt still. Landon Lane advancing from 2 to 3, and that puts him in scoring position. Wellington looking here for a single. Ara. As Beamsley Allen gets the hitter here for Paul Nicky to chase that one out of the zone. Ko rua ngā poi tika. Ko tahi te poi here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beamsley Allen looking for his 5th strikeout of the game. Kāre. Ko whai poi here. That one's out of the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sorry at the whānau. 3 balls, 1 strike here. And Garrett Watson. Beautiful pitch over the heart of the plate there. Probably see a drop ball on the outside part of the plate here. It's funny. Oh, that one getting away there from Beamsley Allen. Just too far off the plate there for the umpire. Ara ko whai ara haumaru a Garrett Watson as we see Garrett Watson draw a walk. And now we have runners on 1 and 3, bottom of the fourth inning, and up to the plate, the catcher for Paul Nicky, Cameron Wills. Most likely see the runner in motion here for Paul Nicky. And here we see Landon Lane coming home on the pass ball. And that takes our scoreline to 4 runs to 5 in favour of the Mataua Maui Hawke's Bay. 2 down here for Hawke's Bay. Run on 2. Cameron Wills up to the plate. We're going to tie the ball game with a single here. There it is. Ball in play. And the ball fumbled there by Jay Johnson, and the runner there. Aggressive as Garrett Watson, rounding 3 and coming in to score to tie the ball game. 5 runs apiece. Nice aggressive base running there by Wellington. Coach Boyd putting him in motion. Jay Johnson unable, the shortstop there for Hawke's Bay, unable to grab that one, get a good grab on that one. And on the fumble, Garrett Watson coming all the way home. I know mai hoki mai ki tēnei tiki ngā ki wainga nui a pōneke me te Mataua Maui. Welcome back to this clash between Hawke's Bay, 4th and 5th place game between Hawke's Bay and Wellington. Here we are at a deadlock, 5 runs apiece. 5-5. Wellington ticking over another 2 runs here to tie up the ball game in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here we have up to the plate. A kōwai atu, ko te toki nei o te kapa o pōneke. Up to the plate, number 27, Elijah Marker. Be interesting to see if Coach Boyd puts the runner in play here, in motion, for Pōneke, for Wellington. And there we see Marker punch one out to left field. And that one gets down. The runner for Pōneke gets all the way around here to score. And Wellington take the lead. 6 runs to 5. I think Marky a bit guilty there, thinking that one was gone. Not too sure if that one would impress Papa. Well, not. Up to the plate. Isildo Heatley as he punches one to right field. Out, not the catch not being able to be made there by the right fielder as he comes all the way around to 3. Is he going to push home? Kaore. Katsui Kora. And that scores another there for Pōneke. Taking this one to a 7-5 ball game. Hawke's Bay right fielder there just not getting a good read on that. It said that right field is the hardest place on the diamond to field at the whānau. As generally, if the ball's out, coming out to the right fielder, there's a tail spin on the ball that makes it move away from the right fielder, and it's hard to get a read on it. So if you don't get an initial great jump initially on the ball, it's really hard to make those plays that are just dying. As the ball seems to spin off the bat a different way that it comes out when it comes out to the right fielder. Hoia nō rā. Anei koe ke mai nei ki pai patu, te nama rua tikau mā ono, te takiraha maui o te kapa o Pōneke. Here we have number 26 for Wellington up to the plate. The left fielder, Brandon McRoy. He'll be looking to tack on another one here for Pōneke. So as they've tacked on 4 runs now in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ara, ka kite atu. I te tō muri, hoi anō, i te poi miere tuarima mo tēnei toki o te kapa nei o te Mataua Maui, a Wiremu Beamsley Allen. And there we see 3rd out taken. And the 5th strikeout for Wiremu Beamsley Allen here in the bottom of the 4th, but not before Pōneke Wellington score 4 and take this out to a 7-5 ball game. We'll be right back for the top of the fifth inning at the front. A tēnā nau mai hoki mai rā tātai ki tēnei chikinga. Kia roha mai te whānau, just had a bit of a mic malfunction. Hoi anō. Ko hoki mai nei tātai. A nei ko eke mai nei ki te pai patu, ko te nama whā, te kauma whā, ko Jay Johnson. And here we have, to the plate for Hawke's Bay, the shortstop, Jay Johnson. And on the hill, the big guy for Port Nicky, Wellington, Elijah Marker. Recording a nice 7 strikeouts so far this game, here in the top of the fifth. Looking to add another here to his tally. Beautiful pitch there on the outside part of the plate by Marker. It takes this count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Ko rua ngā poi he, ko tahi te poi tika. Marker leans back. He sets himself. Here's the delivery. And the change of pace just up in the zone there. Jay Johnson looking to try and heat these sticks back up for te Mataua Maui Hawke's Bay. Where not? 4-4 on the outside part of the plate is Jay Johnson. Picks a walk, and that brings up the starting pitcher here for te Mataua Maui Hawke's Bay, Te Whetu Thomas. Hara kua whai poi tika. Nice leader there by Marker. Whetu Thomas. Looking to at least advance this runner here. It was Rusi Johnson on the move. Ara, kua whai putanga. Aponeke with the throw down there to second base. The umpire there with the cord out. Throw in time. Getting the runner stealing from first base to second base. And here we have the kaiako for Hawke's Bay. Just asking the question, Blue. The tag was made on the legs. And they see, well, what they saw at first glance was his hands got in first. As there was a Superman dive into second base there by Jay Johnson. Weanora, kaore. Agreed upon by the home plate umpire, Kyle. He putanga, he whakaitia ka whakaitia te kaiwawao o te papa o uta. Agreed upon by the home plate umpire. No, tag made in time. Well, no, 1 down, top of the fifth. Up to the plate, Te Whetu Thomas. On the hill, Elijah Marker. Nice piece of hitting there by Thomas. Well, no, Kyle. He rere ki tua o te rārangi. Markel sets himself. Thomas ready. Anei te epa. Change up on the outside part of the plate to record. Kaore, kao, whaihara. Foul tip according to the umpire. Ko tā te kai wawao. And here's Marker. Here's Thomas. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. And the catcher make the play. Yes, he can. Outtaken there for the second out here in the bottom and the top of the fifth inning. Ara te putanga tuarua. I te huripao haumua tuarima o te kemi nei. As Elijah Markia takes another one on to take his tally to 8 strikeouts so far this game. And that brings up to the plate the current pitcher here for Hawke's Bay, te Mataua Māori, ko Waiatu, ko te Pū ki whara, ko Wiremu, Beamsley, Allen. And here we have up to the plate, number 62, the man on the hill here for Hawke's Bay, Wiremu, Beamsley, Allen. Elijah Marquez done a great job so far since the first inning, coming in the first inning to nullify these Hawke's Bay sticks. Not giving up another one, although we see a shot to left field there. Beamsley Allen get away from the left fielder as he comes around. As he rounds three, are they going to send him? Yes, they are. Here we are, play at the plate. Kua whai piro. Kua whai omanga koenga, Beamsley Allen. And that takes our scoreline to Etefano. 6 runs to 7. Unlucky there for the left fielder for Pōneke, not able to get a good grab and just a slight little fumble when picking the ball up. That brings up to the plate number 79, Teenan Zercha. Hey, me te tere hoki o te rātama, Wiremu. Wiremu Beamsley Allen showing a clean set of heels there. Get around the bases. Usain Bolt like tera. Anei, ko Markea tēnei, ko Zercha tēnei. And here we have Markea going up against Zercha. That one taken for ball 1 on the outside part of the plate. Another news at the whānau, Manawatu, my hometown, punching their ticket to the final in the Under-17 Girls National Championship. Final at 11 o'clock. As we see Zercha punch one out to left field. He rounds 1. He's going into 2. And he slides into 2. He's going to scoot off the 3. I think at the whānau, I think he might be awarded home there. For anyone at home that had just seen that play, so we had an overthrow there from left field to second base on Dean Zurcher, advancing from first to second base, overthrow, going deep, going into dead ball territory. The Hawke's Bay coaches just asking the question, do we not get 1+1? And then we see a shot to the second baseman. And another overthrow here for Porneke. As we see another run come through for the Mataiwa Maori Hawke's Bay as that ties the game. 7 runs apiece here at the top of the fifth. Porneke just coming up with a couple of errors here. Couple of uncanny errors here.
There was a 2-base dead ball. What are we at after this hierarchy? Still 2 down. Top of 5. Having this.
Anei mai hoki mai te whānau ki tēnei chikinga ki Wainganui. Te Mataiwa Maui, me Porneke. Welcome back to this clash. The 4th and 5th place clash between Hawke's Bay and Wellington. Here we are, deadlocked. As Hawke's Bay score 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning to tie the ball game. Up to the plate, we have a pinch hitter here for Hawke's Bay. And here we have number 46, Aiden Kerr, up to the plate. And on second base, we have JG Van Aarde. Hawke's Bay looking to punch another one through here. Nice job there by Kurt. Punch that one down the line. We are no kāri whai hua. As we see Mark out, he sits. Ready for his delivery. Beautiful pitch there for Liza Markia to record his 9th strikeout here. And that retires the side for Hawke's Bay, but not before they score 2 and tie this one up in the top of the 5th inning. Ed Whana will be back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Don't go too far. Anau mai hoki mai rā tātou ki tēnei tukinga. Ki wainganui te mataua Māori, me pōneke. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this coverage of the 4th and 5th place game between Hawke's Bay and Wellington. Me mihi ka tika ki a whakaata Māori, ki a Māori Plus. Nā rātou tēnei pāpāhotanga. Um, I whai wāhi mai ki a tātou, te marea, te tini. Kua hono mai ki tēnei pāpāhotanga. Kia kite atu, kia mātakitaki i tēnei whakataitai. Ngā whakataitai a mosu mo ngā taitama ki raro iho i te tekau mā whitu tau. Big thanks, huge, and a huge mihi to Māori Plus for bringing this live broadcast of the National Under-17 Boys Softball Championships here at Resthill Park. Here we have in the 4th and 5th place game, Hawke's Bay taking on Wellington in the bottom of the 5th inning, deadlocked here at 7 runs apiece. And we have coming up next on another link, ara ka kite atu rā tātou, i tētahi poi miere anō, ko tā Wiremu, Beamsley, Allen, and we see the first out recorded and another strikeout, the 6th strikeout recorded for Wiremu, Beamsley, Allen here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And as I was saying at the whānau, tune into the link to Diamond 1 here, brought to you by Māori Plus, of Te Whiringa Toa, the final here, the Under-17 National Championships between Waitaha, Canterbury, and Te Awa Kairangi, Hutt Valley. Hutt Valley looking to go back-to-back. Canterbury looking to break a couple of hearts here. Hoi anō, ka hoki mai ki tēnei tukinga, ki wainganui te mataua Māori, me pōneke. And here we are, up to the plate for Wellington. Ko wai tēnei tama. Number 11, the third baseman for Wellington, Devontae Evans. Beamsley Allen looking to tick another one on. Another strikeout onto his tally. Doesn't muck around with his mahi, does Beamsley Allen. Goes straight at the hitters. Forcing these poor Nicky hitters to swing the ball, get the barrel of the bat through the zone. So you can see he throws a hefty drop ball. Then we see that curveball, that rise ball, curveball, rise ball / curveball. Get away from it. I dare say the coaches from Hawke's Bay will be saying, just get back to that drop ball on the outside part of the plate. Oh, on the inside part of the plate, maybe. There we see foul ball down the third base line. And that takes us to a 1-2 count. Ki taki more here. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Koe rua ngā poi he. Koe rua no hoki ngā poi tiga. As we see Beamsley Allen set. Kaore, kāri whai hua te rā e pa. Kei raro rā e pūtua nei tama. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ko toru ngā poi he. Koe rua ngā poi tiga. Hoi anō. Anei a Beamsley Allen, e whai anei tētahi anō poi miere. Ball on the inside part of the plate, and that's ball 4 for the number 11 for Pōneke. Devontae Evans as he draws a walk to first base, and that brings up Te Whiore me ki rā o tēnei kapa o Pōneke, the tail of the order, number 14, the right fielder, Matthew Fernie. And now Beamsley Allen. Really looking to keep this alive here. Put this ball in play. And that one gets away from the catcher, Austin. Araka, ki te atu rā tātai te kai o mau te kapara o Pōneke. E anga whakamua ana. E whai ana I tētahi ara haumaru ki te papa tuarua. I te teihana tuarua. As we see on the pass ball, the runner there for Pōneke advancing to second base. Bueno, and that Beamsley Allen. Rise ball out of the zone. And there we see Pōneke pick up the second walk here in the bottom of the fifth inning. One down, and that brings up the guy, the leadoff hitter, number one, shortstop for Pōneke, Kiharoa, Landon Lane. Beautiful pitch on the outside part of the plate there, Beamsley Allen. One strike. Beamsley Allen and Austin want to probably live on the outside part of the plate there. Looking for something to their a ground ball to their middle infielders for a double play ball hit. And there we see a line drive to the fence there by Landon Lane. And he's going to score two at the whānau. And there we go. One swing of the bat, changing the score of the game. And that brings up RBI number 15 for Kiharoa, Landon Lane. What a guy at the whānau. What a guy. That takes our scoreline to 9 runs to 7 in favour of Pōneke, Wellington. And here we have up to the plate for Pōneke, number 2. We have a pinch hitter at whānau. In for Benson Garrett Watson, we have Hawea Sullivan. There we see that pitch get away from Beamsley Allen as Landon Lane advances for Pōneke to third base. Hawea Sullivan, so far recording 13 RBIs of his own. He'll be looking to tack on another one here to that tally. Take this ball game out to a 10-7 run ball game between Pōneke, Wellington, and Hawke's Bay, te Mataiwa Māui. Oe anō, I whai hara, foul ball. And none of the news at the whānau, my hometown, Manawatu, punching their ticket to the final, where they'll play Hutt Valley at 1 p.m. in Palmerston North. So if you have whānau in Palmerston North, if you're in Palmerston North, get down to Calhoun Park. Get your green and white flags out at the whānau. Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate there by Beamsley Allen. That brings up 2 strikes. So two balls, 2 strikes here against Sullivan. Kua rua ngā poi he, kua rua no hoki ngā poi tika. Foul ball. Ara, ko whaipoi he, a ko kiki rawa te kete. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here. Howie Sullivan at the plate. Would have been Beamsley Allen on the hill. And there we see another one. Foul ball down the third base line. And here we are. 2 down, bottom of the 5th innings. Wellington tacked on 2 more runs to take this to 9-7. And that one gets away from Beamsley Allen as Howie Sullivan draws a walk. Wellington now with runners on 1 and 3. And up to the plate, the catcher, Cameron Wills. I dare say we'll see Sullivan on the move here. We are not, and they are Beamsley Allen. And then we see Harvey Sullivan get in safely to second base. And there we are on a platter here for Wills. Single up to score 2 more runs and open this one right up here for poor Nicky. Beamsley Allen looking for his 7th strikeout. Well, not. That one getting out of the zone for ball 2. Well, not up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ko rua ngā poi here, ko tahi te poi tika. Beamsley Allen looking to nullify these sticks here. Swing and a miss. Ara, ko whai poi tika anō. Ko rua ngā poi tika, ko rua anō hoki ngā poi he. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beamsley Allen leans back. Here's the pitch. Ah, ko whai poi mere. Anō hoki a Beamsley Allen to record a 7th strikeout and retire the side here in the bottom of the 5th. Motaku here te whānau. Kaore, kaore. 2 down. Motaku here te whānau. Motaku here. And that brings up 2 shots to the left centre fence. Elijah Marker. Hoianora. Ball high. Here's the delivery. Beamsley Allen. Ball late. That one getting away. Landon Lane coming home. Gets in there safely. And Harvey Sullivan on the heads-up play advances to 3. And that takes our scoreline to 10 runs to 7 in favour of poor Nicky Wellington. Markel will be looking here to tack on another run here for himself. Ease the pressure on the mound for himself. We are not. Anaya Beamsley Allen. And there we see Elijah Markel draw the walk and advance to first base. Beamsley Allen just needs to work hard to get his last out here. Up to the plate. And here we see a pitching change made here by the coach for the Hawke's Bay. Going back to Te Whetu Thomas.
Temporary on 1. Okay, I've got a positional change to next day. Slot 3 will be 1. Will be 1. Slot 4
Anei mai rā, hoki mai rā tātou. Ki tēnei tukinga, ki wainganui a Pōneke. Me te matau a Maui. As we see the runner on the move, not going to hand, and Pōneke bring to the plate another run as they take on another one, take the scoreline to 11 runs to 7. Over. Te matau a Maui, Hawke's Bay.
Okay, do we have the right base runner on? Two. Okay, one for. Yeah, is he right? Two. Turn around. Number. Number one. Okay, so wrong one.
And there we can see the question asked by the Hawke's Bay coaches excuse me, asking the question that the last put out was meant to be another runner and not Landon Lane as a temporary runner for Elijah Markia. However, the last batted out was indeed the catcher, who can't come in as a temporary runner because both pitcher and catcher, they're the players that get temporary run. They get temporarily run for. So the next one off the bat was the leadoff hitter for Nicky, and that was Kiharoa Landon Lane. Bueno, for Isildo Heatley tēnei. Koe ke mai nei ki te pai patu. And here we have to the plate, number 4, the centre fielder for Pōneke, Isildo Heatley. And there we go. We see another walk there issued by Te Matai wa Māori, Hawke's Bay. Just looking to try and get their last out here to get out of the inning. Is Hawke's Bay, Te Matai wa Māori. And on the other hand, Wellington trying to stretch this lead out. Push another one through the infield and score another hit for Pōneke. There we see a fly ball to left field. Foul ball. Up to the plate, here we have number 26 for Pōneke. Wellington, we have Brandon McRoy, the left fielder. And as mentioned before, back on the mound for Hawke's Bay, the starting pitcher, Te Whetu Thomas. Nice change of pace there by Thomas. Grab the second strike. of this at bat. That takes our count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ko tahi te poi he ruanga poi tiga. And there we see McRoy fight that one off. And there we see a drop third strike as McRoy gets up the line. In time. As Wellington, Pornicke bring home another run here. And take this score line to 12 runs to 7. Unlucky there unlucky for the catcher there, Austin. Kobe Austin. Not able to grab that one. Well, not. And there's a shot, number 22. And the catch made by the second baseman for Hawke's Bay. Tracking back to make that catch and retire the side here at the bottom of the 5th inning. But not before Wellington tack on 5 runs to take this to 12 runs to 7 ball game. Hoki mai rā tātou ki te huripao haumua tua ono te kemi. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th inning.
Okay, got a substitution Hawke's Bay. Slot 6, 5 and 6. What are we, 2 hours now?
A tēnā tātou nau mai hoki mai ki tēnei pāpāhotanga atu a whakata Māori atu I konei I kirikiri roa. I tēnei whakataitai, ngā whakataitai a motu, mo te poiuka mo ngā taitama tāne, ki raro iho I te kaimawhitu tau. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this live broadcast brought to you by MāORI Plus, here at the National Under-17s Softball Boys Championships, held here at Resthill Park in Hamilton, kirikiri roa. Here we have the 4th and 5th place game between Hawke's Bay, Te Mataua Māori, and Wellington, Pornicke. Wellington talking up 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th to take the lead here, 12 runs to 7. And up to the plate, here we have the DP, the designated player for Hawke's Bay, Te Mataua Māori, ko wai atu, ko Cyrus Symes. Nice change of pace there by Elijah Markea on the hill for Pornicke. Ball 2, ko tā te kaiwawa. Well, not 2 balls. Ara, ka kite rā tātou I te poi miere nama te kau mo tēnei toki o te kapa nei o Pōneke. And there we see the 10th strikeout recorded here by Elijah Markia in the top of the 6th inning. It's one down. Up to the plate, number 50, Jacob Davies for Hawke's Bay. Ball high. As Markia sets. Ara, ko whai poi tika. Strike call. Here's Markia. Here's Davies. Ball low. It takes out count 2. 3 balls, 1 strike. Great hitters count here for Jacob Davies. No. Oh, nice change of pace there by Markia to record. Oh, no, caught it. Jump the gun at the whānau. Here we are. Ko kira wata kete. 2 ball, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nice change of pace there by Markia to record another strikeout. His 11th of the day. And the second out here in the top of the 6th. And that brings up to the plate, the top of the shop. Te tihi Mikira, te tihi o te maunga mo tēnei kapa. O te mataiwa Maui. Toby, Austin. And there we see a foul ball. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Kaore. Foul ball. Korua, ngā poi tika. 2 strikes. Markia sets himself. Anei te epa. There we see a change of play. Same change of pace. And the throw made in time to record the third out here in the top of the 6th inning. As that retires the side, and we move into the bottom of the 6th inning. The scoreline stands at Hawke's Bay 7, Wellington 12. Kauki mai rā tātou ki te huripao haumuri tua ono te ke menei ako ake nei. Ko te ahua nei. Ko mutura te kemu e te whānau. And there we have it, whānau. This one wrapped up. Pōneke Wellington taking 4th place here at the National Under-17 Boys Championships. And in turn, Hawke's Bay finishing up 5th in the tournament. Kei ngā tai tamatane, ko whakapau kaha I tēnei weekend. Ki tēnei tākaro o tātou, te tākaro o te poiuka, me mihira ka tika kia koutou. And that wraps up our broadcast here on Diamond 2 at the National Under-17 Boys Softball Championships held here at Resthills Park. E te whānau, tune into Diamond 1 for the final between Te Awakairangi and Waitaha, Hutt Valley v Canterbury. The final on Diamond 1 right now. Kei te whānau, kei te tini, kei te mano, ko hono mai tēnei weekend. Ko tēnei a Campbell Ngāri me tuku mihi nei kia koutou. Me ki rā, kia whakakapi aku kōrero. Māori tū, Māori ora kia tātou katoa.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land.
We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
Get the MāORI Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make MāORI Plus your mate and stream now.